gift? This is well crafted.
Take a look. There are just too many demons out there. Could you do something about that?
You are dwelling on something, aren't you?
Leah. I wish we could find something, anything, to lay to rest next to Cain back in Tristram. She would have wanted that.
The day is won. Diablo is vanquished, and all evil with him.
Evil retreats, but it does not die.
Time will tell.
In the end, it was a mortal heart that saved 2 worlds from ruin and cast down the prime evil forever. A new day breaks for both angels and men. For mankind's greatest champion, the Nephilim, rose to confront the darkness that we, in our pride, would not face. My brethren, I will take my place among you once again. But this time, as a mortal. Since justice has been met this day, I will now stand as wisdom. On behalf of those who risked all to save us. Forevermore, We shall stand together, angels and men, in the light of this glorious new dawn. Diablo was defeated. For a time it seemed we would know peace. But it was not to be. For Diablo's essence lingers in the Black Soul Stone. I cannot destroy the stone, nor allow its evil to remain within the heavens. And so it must be hidden, even from the angels. I pray that it will be enough. You have done well, Horadrim. Your service here is finished, and you should all run. Malthael. Brother, why? The Nephilim will stop you.
No one can stop death.
The killing began in Westmarch. Of that, I am sure. The angels have started a massacre, slaying all they find. I must see it with my own eyes and learn why they have come. There are many questions, and I have little time to act.
The Nephilim! Tyrael sent me to find you. Malthael has taken the Black Soul Stone. You must come with me.
Too many have died here. I will intervene.
But you and Tyrael need to form a plan. We must find Malthael.
Tyrael should meet me in Westmarch. Go.
It will be done. I swear it.
To die!
She's coming to kill us all!
The gates.
Those gates are bound by a spell I cannot break.
At least there are other ways to the city.
Don't go out into the streets! It's the end of the world. So many have been killed and the Reapers are everywhere.
Are there other survivors?
General Torian was defending a group of refugees at the old Zakharoon Cathedral, but they're likely all dead by now.
We'll see.
Keep moving. I think we lost her. No, no!
The demon blood must die.
They were only townsfolk.
I have heard whispers of your death.
You will make a fine corpse.
Defend the church! Repel these vile reapers!
Ah, we found you.
I have never seen an attack like this. Why has Malthael unleashed his forces on Westmarch?
Because he feeds on death. Every time his reapers kill, he grows stronger. And with the prime evil gone, Malthael believes this is the perfect time to end the eternal conflict.
Humanity has nothing to do with that war.
I agree.
Church! All the refugees are inside! Follow me! Akarat's bane! This is worse than I feared!
What is it?
A death maiden! Stop her!
Never, your soul will be mine.
We must do everything in our power to slow the Nephilim down, so that the collection of souls is not interrupted. It is the key to Malthael's victory.
We must confront Malthael. Where is he?
I know only that he is not in Westmarch. He could have taken the Black Soul Stone anywhere in creation.
There are no other clues.
There may be. A sliver broke off when Malthael took the Soul Stone. Perhaps by studying that sliver, I can learn his plans.
Then you must remain here. I will do what I can for Westmarch. I have long waited for this knowledge. What was that Death Maiden doing?
She was creating an orb that turns the living into Malthael's death creatures. A single orb can transform hundreds of innocent people every hour, and my men report 2 more of them out in the city.
Soul crucibles. With 2 of them, Malthael has an endless supply of soldiers.
This magic was not meant to be used so. I will not stand for it. I have read spells about crucibles that could enslave the dead. Now angels are using them?
Sadly, yes.
And the Death Maidens as well.
Their story is as tragic as Malthael's. Once the vanguard of his wisdom angels, they followed him down the path to darkness. Malthael, my brother, he was wisdom, leader of our council, first among angels. And now, he has become this.
How?
After the destruction of the World Stone, Malthael's mood darkened, and he left the heavens frequently. Then he disappeared completely. He must have developed a connection, no, an obsession with human souls.
He was never meant to explore the domain of death. What would Rathma say if he were here? Any progress?
The sliver is still connected to the Soul Stone. As the stone changes, the sliver will change too. Therefore, I can observe what Malthael is doing to the stone, and if we're lucky, even discover his plan.
So, the Haradrim have returned.
Tyrael rebuilt the Order to help him take the Soul Stone from heaven, and to protect mankind. After all, you can't be everywhere at once, no matter how powerful you are.
Trust in Ekaret.
At long last, a hero comes to save us. That won't bring my wife back, though, will it?
We stayed to fight, Robert and me, but he fell. And when they started to tear into him, I panicked. I ran.
Many of the survivors here have suffered the same. You should speak to them.
To blame for this doom. All of Westmarch, reveling in sin, worshipping petty idols. The Zakarum are gone, and the Order of Malthael now rises. Praise Malthael, and your souls may yet be saved. He spares only the faithful. Donate to the Order and prove your conviction.
You are ill at ease, Cormac.
For too long have I lived with the knowledge that my order tortures its initiates and twists their minds. I need to know how high this evil reaches. If my whole order is corrupt, what does it mean to be a Templar? What am I?
You are one of many who believed in serving a righteous cause.
But it wasn't, was it? The guilty will answer for their transgressions. I swear it.
Well, the world's under attack and people are dying everywhere. It must be time for us to go on another adventure, right?
I can't believe we're still alive. And it's all thanks to you. I thought we would die in that foul-smelling place.
Did you grab the jewelry at least?
Harold, those monsters were about to kill us.
Well, I would rather be dead than poor.
When you have lived as long as I, you learn that life is filled with betrayal. But the cruelest always comes at the hands of those we love. I know it must be hard to think of other things, but now we must. All creation rests upon your shoulders.
So you are capable of being serious.
Well, these are dark times. Even I must set apart thoughts of Dirge's jewel and dwell upon the fate of the world. But that doesn't mean you have to frown so. Do you think that Leah is lost forever?
Her soul remains, but it is powerless.
Do you not think Leah's soul is stronger than that? But then sometimes I forget that you have not seen everything that I have seen.
Then enlighten me, old man, if that is what you truly are.
What am I? I am covered as Shen, of course. No more, no less. To some that has meant one thing, to others another.
When will you tell me what it means to you?
When the sun sets in the east and the shore swallows the tide. When the moon smiles upon the day and the blind man sees once again.
You were honest with me earlier. More of that, and we could reach a true understanding.
I think we understand each other perfectly. Why bring the truth into it?
Because we face a great enemy, and there will be more of them on the horizon. I need your help.
What a nice thing to say. And to return the favor, I do believe that the world could not do better than to have you as its savior. At any rate, when you defeat Diablo, don't laze about. We have other lands to explore, you and I. Dirge's jewel is still out there somewhere. Did you know there were once 2 moons? Lyria is the one that is no more. I think it's time I told you the whole story of Zai and his master, the god of desire, Dirges.
I thought it was a secret.
Dirge's jewel has appeared again, and the time for secrets is over.
Then I will finally know the truth.
Have you been eating enough? I've noticed this about you. When things get difficult, you get very focused. Maybe I'll cook for you. So, if it's all the same, we'd probably both be happier if I didn't.
I know who is responsible for this. It's the poor. They've summoned these monstrosities to take Westmarch for themselves.
What's that noise?
Is something on your mind?
I was wondering what you thought of Westmarch, Irena.
It is a fascinating city. So grey and dark, yet there is old magic running through parts of it. Magic from the east.
My library isn't far from here. I was closing everything up for the day when I heard the fighting in the streets. I barred the doors and then squeezed through the back window to escape. But I'll have to come up with something more exciting when I write my official account, won't I?
Help! You can't even hear me, can you? Damn it. Someone came for me, after all this time.
The blacksmith heard you down here.
Bloody miracle! Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I owe you both.
Follow me.
Remember that noise I heard? It was that lad you rescued.
I'm Bryson. I came here to see your friend.
And now he won't go away.
You don't feel responsible for him?
No, I'm responsible for myself. Though I have decided to repay Hadric by helping him.
And I told you to stay away from my forge.
I grew up over by the docks. Not the good part of town, but it's what my parents could afford. They died when the plague swept through a few years ago, within hours of each other. Like they had to stay together. I used to hate them for leaving me, but now, it's a relief they didn't have to see all this happen.
I can't believe it. It's a hero of Bastion's keep. She'll save us.
Need to kill something?
You've heard the legend of the Tomb of Rakus, haven't you? Its location has never been found. Most scholars think it's underneath Westmarch, but I suspect it's somewhere outside the city. Rakus was a clever man, after all.
Westmarch originally grew from the efforts of the great General Rakus to spread his religion beyond the realms of the East. Seized by the superstitions of the Zakarum faith, he drove his paladins relentlessly across the barbaric western lands, subduing the uncivilized tribes he found there. Ultimately, he became king of them all.
Why would the angels do this to us?
What are you saying? This is obviously a demon's work.
Any seraph helped Malthael slaughter so many innocents.
After Malthael's disappearance, the Angiris Council appointed his most loyal servant, Urzael, to find him and bring him back to the high heavens. Urzael, accompanied by the sect of maidens who were Malthael's closest followers, set out to find their absent mother. They never returned.
All must serve the cycle.
I knew the grief that infects your kind would not let you pass this chest by. And now, you shall suffer for it.
That spell shall silence you.
Help us, please! I can't thank you enough. You saved our lives.
The attacks are getting worse. They'll reach the survivors soon. Been here for days. These people can't last much longer.
Head to the survivors' enclave. You'll find safety there.
Justinian's fault. Some king he is. King Justinian must have fled the city by now. It's time for the people to rise up.
You should leave these petty matters behind.
But this is our chance to get out from under the king's yoke.
What was it the prophet said about me?
Oh, I had almost forgotten about that. It is just that I am so used to it now. It seemed so strange at the beginning.
My dark art.
No, not that. I really should not say. It's all in my conscience, after all.
Thanks for helping, but this isn't over. The king has failed us all. If you don't believe me, read this. His private journal.
How did you come by this?
Well, let's just say it's from someone who cares about us common folk.
I'm so weary. Why did you have to die, brother? I was never meant to be king. The nobles threaten revolt to bend me to their will. They will abandon me if I don't keep the peasants in their place. Oh, my position is hopeless.
Reapers did not kill them. Who did? More corpses.
Death to the nobles!
Just what are you doing?
Revolution! It's time for our oppressors to fall. The king is in the city, but we have a trap waiting for him.
Too many have already perished. Lay down your arms.
What? You're not with us? Then die with our enemies!
Lord Winton, we are thrilled that you have located a surviving regiment of soldiers. With this new force, we can turn the tide and save our city. Your disagreements with the crown are well known, but we are glad you can put them aside in this dangerous time. Long live Westmarch!
embraces you.
Some of my men are pinned down in the courtyard, fighting revenants. Please help me rescue them. Why this is happening? It's madness!
It's a battle. Lead your men to the Survivors' Enclave at the Cathedral.
My sisters would have been able to learn to live in this different time. I was the most worldly of us.
That is surprising.
Really? Do I seem so out of place?
Remember when you were talking about the spirits in the keep?
I would rather not speak of it.
Leave now! Save yourself! I told you to leave! Those monsters have stripped my humanity from me!
Brahma has blessed me.
The angels and their monsters are killing everyone. What will they do to me when they find out what I truly am? My mother and the demon attack she survived, it's It's all too horrible to contemplate.
Embraces you.
Phantasms are unlike any spirits I have seen on Sanctuary. They bear a resemblance to lesser demons, but the souls of demons are always reborn in the flames. I suspect the Phantasms may be the remnants of some early Nephilim, those born more demon than angel. pestilence in Westmarch killed both humans and beasts alike. The panicked survivors then threw the corpses of both into the plague tunnels. Now the Reaper's presence has revived many of those interred there, with the bones of beasts rising again as skeletal crawlers, living to kill the living.
This world can abide you no longer!
Blessing that even during the worst plague, some will survive.
Must serve the cycle. My bag is full. Returning to town.
Wish I could go fight.
If you insist.
All right, buy something, will you? This stuff's heavy.
The repository of bones, commonly called the Plague Tunnels, were originally used to bury Westmarch's indigent. However, when the Great Pestilence struck, the city decided the tunnels would serve just as well for plague victims, lest Westmarch become overwhelmed by the ever-increasing piles of the dead.
Embraces you. An ossuary. Delightful. These remains of fear the end. Embraces you.
I have been thinking that perhaps I should change my outfit.
Hi. We need not dress as others expect us to.
I knew we understood each other.
awakens. You will make a fine corpse. Weakness consumes you.
After years of my pleading, the Angiris Council has finally agreed to send me in search of Malthael. I will not fail in this, as my master's presence is sorely needed in the high heavens. Owing to Malthael's growing fascination with the humans, Tyrael has suggested I begin my search on Sanctuary.
Down upon yourself, mortal.
Thank you. I knew you would arrive in time to save me.
Did you?
I am Miriam Jazia, a seer of the Vetchin people. I foresaw our meeting, but I did not see this horror. I have come to help you. There is one crucible left, and if you destroy that, the maidens will not be able to create more. There is no time to waste. We must be on our way now. Malthael, he's watching you.
Malthael on Sanctuary. But I did find humans. Far too many of them. They murder and cheat one another while allowing their brothers to starve. If their true power is ever released, we are all doomed. They have a choice between good and evil, and they overwhelmingly choose evil.
You should join the rest of the survivors.
Nonsense. You'll protect me. And after experiencing what those things do to people, let's just say I need to see you destroy the final crucible with my own eyes if I am ever to sleep again. I see you have much guilt over Leah's fate.
How do you know that name?
I see the past as well as the future. You must not let it consume you. Shouldn't be so dour. You have much to be joyful about.
I do not revel in joy as others do.
I have learned that in terrible situations it is better to laugh than to cry. Perhaps when you have lost as much as I will understand.
Let's say you can see the future. Does this battle have an end?
Of course it will end, and you will live a long and happy life.
Why don't I believe that?
Because I was not being entirely truthful. That, and you are so chance that will never believe you can be happy and content. I must say, it is wonderful to finally meet, though you are skinnier than my visions led me to expect. You just don't take care of yourself. It's always about saving the world first, isn't it?
serve the cycle. Must serve the cycle. Make a fine corpse. The cycle.
Peaceful place of eternal rest. Instead, it mocks nature. be of use to us.
Embraces you. The cycle.
victory.
A wandering hero! Just in time to protect me as I grab these last trinkets. We'll split it, eh? This looks promising. Keep watch. If I get eaten, I blame you. Ah! Oh no, I'm dead. This is the one. I can feel it. Thanks for keeping me alive. Here's your share. I'm off to find the nearest abandoned tavern.
Perhaps this age is not so different from my own. There is still pain, suffering, hatred, and death. I could sleep another 1,000 years and I would find the world much the same.
Unless we fail.
You are such the artist when it comes to dispatching Death's minions. Don't mind me. I'll just be waiting over here.
What was that wretched noise?
That would be Urzael.
And?
Urzael is the angel who commands Malthael's forces in this city. I think you made him angry.
I have that effect sometimes. Teriel should hear of this. I need to go back.
Is this truly the work of angels? I don't understand. How could they?
They have never cared for our kind, but these are the first to act against us. I will handle them.
Good.
There's no easy way to say this, but I have to leave, and I won't be returning.
Is this your new joke?
I'm serious. My brother's imprisoned in Kingsport with no way to defend himself, and I must free him.
You would never make it there alive. Westmarch is still overrun.
All right, I'll stay for as long as I can, but only because I know how much you need me. It's time for me to go. My brother will die in the Kingsport dungeons if I don't act now.
A Kingsport prisoner, you say? Those poor devils were all transported to our cells in Westmarch last week. But we haven't heard from the garrison since the attack started.
Edlin, I have to find him. Will you help me, my friend? Right then, this is where they're holding Edlin. Let me do the talking.
Looking for your brother, Lyndon?
He knows you.
Damn it all! The Sage Guild always finds what it's looking for.
The Thieves Guild infiltrated the entire dungeon?
believe will happen when you die.
I do not believe. I know. But perhaps you will find it strange.
I think it will be like going to sleep once again. But this time, I will not awaken.
awakens. I am overburdened.
Edmund!
He's gone.
I never should have joined the guild. He told me, but I wouldn't listen.
He was dead before we arrived in Westmarch. I can see the signs.
That dagger looks very familiar.
Take it with you. There may be more to this than we know.
Lyndon, I grieve for you.
How are you faring, Lyndon?
What do you want me to say? That I wish he'd never known me? That I wish he'd had a brother who didn't fail him?
That you will try to find the truth.
You have no brothers. You've never loved anyone. You can never understand.
I have heard that the Grand Maester himself is in Westmarch. It is imperative that I find and speak to him. I will tell him of the sins his order is committing.
Is that wise? He could be behind them.
No, you are wrong. My first memories of being a Templar are of him comforting me, welcoming me to the Brotherhood. I looked into his eyes. He is a good man, I tell you. Today is the day I find out how deep the Order's corruption runs.
Good. You seem determined at last.
I will do it, even if it means going against my entire Order. I could use a good friend by my side.
I will be right here by your side.
This is one of our strongholds. I will have my answers soon.
Whatever they may be.
Cormac! Everyone says you helped slay Azmodan and Belial. They're calling you the greatest of all the Templar.
It's good to see you as well, brother. But I come with troubling news about the Order. I must speak with the Grand Maester.
You're in luck. He's here. Standing orders are to send you to him upon your return. Take this, the Grand Maester's new proclamation.
You've done us all proud.
This proclamation from the Maester, it's damning. He admits his own guilt. How could I have not seen this?
The day of reckoning is at hand. We will rise from the ashes of Westmarch and lead mankind into the light. We shall have recruits by the thousands. Every citizen will be another Templar added to the cause. Once cleansed by the Inquisitors, they will become an unstoppable force.
Time has finally come, and we owe it all
answer you.
Bring me that whip. It is time to purify this initiate.
Stop! How can you do this to your fellow Templar?
We bless them with the truth, as we did for you, Cormac. But if the greatest of all Templar wishes them freed, it shall be so.
We've been ordered to take you to the Grand Maester as soon as possible. Follow me.
Cormac, the shining example of a true Templar. We have much to talk about.
Yes, we do, Grand Maester. You have betrayed us all, starting with the torment of our initiation.
It was brutal but necessary. I did the hard things no one else would, for the ascension of humanity. I carry the weight of my actions with me always. Are you ready to make a similar sacrifice, Cormac? Will you stand with me and become Meister in due time? I need you.
But... No! Your power has driven you to madness if you think I would help you rule over mankind!
This saddens me greatly, my son. I am sorry. Kill him. Man is a flawed being. Time and again we have seen good men given to temptation. Though it is painful, I have found only one answer. We must cleanse the minds of our recruits, so they will never fall prey to the corruption of the demons, or the blind self-righteousness of the angels. This on yourself, Cormac.
My bag is full.
I dedicated my life to a lie. Everything I thought I knew, it was all in the service of a madman. I swear that every Templar I meet will be freed from the lies of the Order. And if they refuse, I will be forced to convince them.
They will believe you. I know it.
am overburdened. My bag is full.
The Grand Maester, behind the Order's corruption. Deep down, I think I always knew. Perhaps that's why I never felt worthy of the Order, as if I was not a true Templar.
It is a relief you are not. Your mind is free, and you can choose what to believe.
I believe in you and your quest. This world must be saved, regardless of the corruption of the Templar.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. You almost make theft unnecessary. Nice choice. I'll take that. No.
Cormac, you seem so sad.
Do you know how it feels? My city destroyed. The people I knew dead.
I do. We share the same grief and the same pain.
Would you talk with me? All of this weighs heavily upon my soul.
Ah, good. I'll take that off your hands. A gift for me. Exceptional.
Let us seek honor together, my friend. This will aid me. No. This will help. Excellent. A good choice.
Those who perish without embracing Malthael.
It is good to see you again, though it seems like we are only brought together in the worst of circumstances. But I suppose if times were better, we would never have met. For a moment, I heard one of my sister's voices. I could not make out the words.
That sounds like magic or melancholy. I cannot tell which.
My sisters are gone now, and I am the last memory of a world long since forgotten.
There are many who do not forget the dead, Irena. They serve a purpose, as do we.
Could it be that the Prophet abandoned us? Why else would his magic fail to protect us while we slept?
It worked for you.
But my sisters died. Why them and not me?
It could have been chance, or a deliberate act.
I must know which. I will discover the truth. When I left my sister Lysa, I took her magic focus as a reminder. I scryed it today to see if it held any clues, and I found strong traces of the demonic magic that killed her. It reminded me of the Viscera's magic from before we served the Prophet.
That is strange. Did anything else happen?
When I cast the magic upon her focus, I heard her voice again, and this time, I understood. She said one word. Irena.
Let us fight this evil together. I'm dangerous with most of these, you know. Magnificent. So, you want some stuff?
You are too kind. I will use this.
Only the best for you, my lady.
Aha! I knew you'd need my help. Suits me.
I welcome the chance to travel with you.
Believe it, my best hammer's gone missing. It couldn't have walked off on its own now, could it, lad?
One of the men needed a hammer. He promised to return it.
Fool boy! I'll never see it again!
I'm sorry, Hadrig.
Get out of my sight.
I don't feel like talking right now.
Mother warned me about the poor. They want my wealth, but they don't want to work for it. Now they've created an army of death creatures. Well, when I'm king, I'll just show them. We're not going to die, are we? Tell me we're not going to die. I don't want to lose my soul!
I was telling you about Lyria, wasn't I? She was so beautiful that Durgus was determined to make her his own. Oh, yes, he pursued her relentlessly, showering her with gifts and attention until she succumbed and agreed to become his wife. But Durgus' jealousy was so great, he hid Lyria high in the heavens, far away from the reach of men and gods.
His obsession with desire drove him to abuse?
Yes, that was Durgus. Desire was his very nature.
You are a quiet sort, Serena.
Sneak back home and fetch some of our savings.
But the streets are crawling with those horrid creatures.
That's precisely why you must go, dearest. Nobody notices you.
Now I hear those Reapers are taking people's souls? This is madness!
Why fight so hard? Thousands are dead. What do another dozen matter?
If you hadn't come along when you did, I don't know what might have happened.
It was the least I could do. Anyone would have done the same.
But you didn't have to help. You could have run right by.
Can I ask you about Deckard Cain?
He was unlike anyone I ever knew. A normal man on the surface, but with a heart for all the world and everything in it. His death was a great disruption in the balance.
Could one man make such a difference?
Always.
Tyrael told me of your actions. You killed Diablo himself.
Yes, but I had assistance.
I don't know that the world will ever understand what it took to face such pure evil.
The world will always have some evil in it, but it never could have withstood so much. It is better if people remain ignorant of such things.
My father was the commander of the Knights of Westmarch. He assumed I would become a soldier, just like him.
Why didn't you?
I grew up on stories of the fearless Horadrim, Tal Rasha, Jared Cain. That was what I wanted to be. My father thought it was all myth. Wasn't he surprised when I actually became one of them?
Your soldiers have been holding out for some time.
It has been a brutal task. A lot of good men sacrificed themselves to save us. But even that wasn't enough. If you hadn't shown up when you did, we might already be dead.
The rest of the kingdom should have sent reinforcements by now.
Have you not heard? Cities everywhere are under attack. No place is safe.
Yes, Malthael strikes all across Sanctuary.
Unfortunate.